Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 14.1, Problem 2. This is Section 14.1. It's problem number 2. It says, consider the function f of x equals negative 3x squared plus 12x plus 7. Find the absolute maximum and absolute minimum on the interval from negative 3 to positive 3. So this is a 6-step process to find the absolute maximum, absolute minimum. Step 1 is find the derivative. So f prime of x will be the negative 3x squared has a negative 6x to the first for the derivative. And again, that's coming from the exponent of 2 coming down times the number in front of negative 3. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Again, pay attention to the negative. And the exponent is reduced by 1. It goes from a second power down to a first power. The 12x has a derivative of 12. Again, when you take the derivative of something with an x to the first power, its derivative is just the number in front of the x, in this case positive 12. And the plus 7 on the end has no x with it or no variable of any kind, so its derivative is 0. So the answer for step 1 is f prime of x equals negative 6x plus 12. So step 2 is set this equal to 0. So I'll have negative 6x plus 12 equals 0. That's an easy step. Step 3, solve for x. So negative 6x equals negative 12. The 12 will come to the right side of the equal sign. Divide out the negative 6. And negative 12 over negative 6, the negatives cancel, and the 12 over 6 reduces to 2. So step 3, the answer is x equals positive 2. Step 4, find the height for any answers from step 3, any critical points that are within the given interval. So positive 2 is completely within the given interval. It's between negative 3 and positive 3. So let's find the height for this. To find the height for 2, again, 2 is an x value. We want to find the y value that goes with it. We plug it into f of x. So we will have f of 2 equals negative 3x squared becomes negative 3 times 2 squared. Plus 12 times x becomes 12 times 2. And we have a 7 on the end. Now, as we do the math, 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4, times the negative 3 in front. 4 times negative 3 is minus 12. And the next piece, 12 times 2 is 24. It's positive. And we have a 7 on the end. Now I have positive values of 24 and 7. Why don't I combine those? I'll have positive 31. So negative 12, positive 31 will be positive 19. So step 5 is find the height of either endpoint. So these are both x values. I have to find the y for negative 3 and the y for positive 3. So to find the y that goes with negative 3, we'll do f of negative 3 equals negative 3x squared will become negative 3 times negative 3 squared. A lot of negatives. Plus 12 times x is 12 times negative 3. And we have plus 7. Now, pay attention to your signs. Negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. But then that positive 9 is times a negative 3 in front. So positive 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. And then next 12 times negative 3 is negative 36. Then you have a positive 7. So I'll combine my negative values, negative 27 and negative 36 would be negative 63. Negative 63 and positive 7 will be negative 56. So there's the height for one endpoint. The height for my negative 3 is minus 56. Find the height for the positive 3. So f of 3 equals, so negative 3x squared becomes negative 3 times 3 squared. And then plus 12 times x becomes 12 times 3. And I have plus 7. So 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9, times the minus 3 in front. 9 times minus 3 is negative 27. And now 12 times 3 is positive 36, and I have a plus 7 on the end. I'll combine my positives. Positive 36 and positive 7 is positive 43. Positive 43 and negative 27. So 43 minus 27 will be positive 16. So now the final step, step 6, is state the absolute maximum and absolute minimum. So the absolute maximum, well, my choices for maximum are positive 19, negative 56, and positive 16. Well, 19 is the biggest. That makes it the absolute maximum. And for absolute minimum, again, I have the choices positive 19, negative 56, and positive 16. Well, the minimum is clearly the minus 56. So that's the answer. The absolute maximum is positive 19, and the absolute minimum is negative 56.